Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you would like to get notified anytime that new reads are being posted, please feel free to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so that you can get those notifications, okay? Also, any likes, shares, or subscribes are definitely helpful to the prosperity and the growth of the channel, so thank you. This read is going to be for Aries. Aries, I'm seeing that this read is being influenced by the planet Venus. Venus goes through an orbital cycle every 8 months. It specifically influences the experience of love, desire, beauty, sex, fertility, prosperity, and victory. I did pull an angel card for your read. Overall, it says get more information. And then it says meditation brings answers. Okay. The reason why there are 2 angel cards is because I'm seeing that the spirit of true self is seeking security and style, as well as relationships. So it could be the way that you engage in relationships, or how you handle your relationships, or like the dynamics of the different relationships and the way that you move in them. So there's that. I'm also seeing that you may be trying to figure out like what a perfect relationship looks like, or and you could possibly be basing that off of relationships in media, okay, or relationships that have been demonstrated in your family. Like, I hear people say sometimes, like, back in the day, what is it called, like traditional or modern. So that could be what you're focusing your experience on, and how you feel secure in those relationships on. And I'm also seeing end of the world. So when I see end of the world, I'm seeing a change, like the end of, like I said, traditional relationships and the way that people used to date and marry and stuff like that. And like, this is, yeah, the way that we do relationships now, and the idea of how you navigate the relationships now, whether they're personal, professional, or whatever, is different now. And I have heard before, like, that there's no such thing as a perfect relationship, because there's no such thing as perfect people. And that may be true. And also, relationships can be perfect for you. Like, if you, for example, I know that being in a relationship with certain people that I was in a relationship in the past, even though I'm not in a relationship with them now, I still feel like the relationships were perfect for me at the time, because they definitely helped me be able to see what parts of myself needed to grow and the ways that I needed to change. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah. So the way that people navigate it obviously is different. It's different for every person. And you may feel like some relationships that you were in the past may have been a waste of time, whether if it was work or friends or family, or even, you know, partners. Though the end of the world card really gives that energy of like change and transformation. Like, you don't do things the way that you used to do them, and that may be for good reason, right? So I'm seeing that there has been some type of separation with the cut down card. It has to do with stopping a pattern. Like I said, the way that relationships were probably viewed in the past as perfect, like maybe you don't believe in things being like perfect like they were before, though. Like I said, relationships can be perfect for you if you recognize how much you grow from them, because it's not necessarily always about what the other person is doing wrong, though. The really good part about any of the interactions that you have with people is being able to reflect on it. Like it says, meditation brings answers. In that time to yourself, to really just be like, well, how did I grow from this? Or did I grow from it? And I know a lot of my relationships in the past, I grew from spiritually, emotionally, prioritizing my health, like physically, all of that stuff. And even in the moments where someone says, like, I think I did a post about this before, where it's like if someone has expressed to you that they don't want to commit to you, that doesn't mean that it's a time for you to start picking yourself apart. Just accept the fact that that person, like, is being transparent with you, and you want to be that transparent with yourself. Like, it's not time for me to pick myself apart as if I've done something wrong. When it's time for me to grow, my soul and my spirit will put me on the path for me to, mature or to grow in a different kind of way, right? So it's not being forced. It just seems like something that's... The thing about changes are that they can come immediately to you, though you don't know how long it took for all the other people involved to contribute to what has immediately happened to you, right? And I'll also say that in the regard to like breakups, or because it says separation, or like stopping a pattern or something like that, right? So there are other people involved in the experiences that you have. So just give yourself grace, and don't be like in that mental space of, I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have did that in the past, because the past is in the past. And a lot of that stuff that has happened in the past is like outside of your control, and you know that because it's in the past. There's nothing that you can do about it. It happened in the past. So it's outside of your control. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing with that cut down card. And then sunglasses. I'm seeing perception, watching, looking, and someone may even have been stalking. So maybe if there was like any type of obsessive energy, or some people say that like being obsessive or stalking someone is like a toxic trait, or like a red flag, or someone like being super controlling, that that is a pattern that someone will want to stop doing, right? Because you want to have a healthy relationship with yourself and with the people that you are involved with. You don't have to try to have control over them. You're not a slave master, right? What we really should focus on is being able to control our own behavior and have a healthier way of thinking, okay? So I'm seeing some southwest wind straight from the planet Jupiter. Like the card literally says Jupiter. So Jupiter goes through an orbital cycle every 11 years, and it influences the experience of good fortune, prosperity, growth, transformation, and wealth, okay? I am also seeing some influence from the northern wind, where the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about partnerships in regard to community and camping trips. So camping trips they can be like bonding moments, right? Things that people do together, things that you can do. A camping trip is something that you can do by yourself. It does obviously give you an opportunity to connect with nature. That's the thing about colonialism, like we built up homes and we set boundaries between us and nature and all the other people around us within our community because we wanted places to call home, though Earth is our home, and being able to connect with Earth gives us a definite balance and sense of purpose to the security that we're seeking in life, because those homes had to be made from elements and resources pulled from the earth, and being able to connect and give back by the way of just accepting and appreciating, I was about to say Mother Nature, it is, and being able to, explore and create loving moments and memories, whether if it's, like I said, by yourself or with others. Camping trips definitely gives you that opportunity to do that. I'm also seeing some influence by the way of the eastern wind, where the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about perception in regard to feminism. Okay, so with that relationship styles and perfect relationships, and I'm also seeing total clickbait in regard to relationships, perfect relationships, the style of perfect relationships, and how feminism may play a role in that, and being a traditional woman, and how time has transformed the experience, right? With all the different ways that humanity has grown to being modern women, and navigating and finding that balance in between. Okay, so in the regard to feminism, I'm seeing that the spirit of true self has learned a lesson about it during the cycle of this read. I am seeing something in the challenge position engagement ring. So you may be wondering if you should commit to someone. I am seeing that what is causing you to be challenged with that partnership, that union, that higher connection, that willingness to commit is bravery. So you may be feeling afraid or fearful. The word specifically is cowardly, about making a commitment because you're afraid. Now, I don't know what it is that you're afraid of. Maybe you went through some type of experiences where people were in traditional relationships, or they were in modern relationships where the female was either traditional or modern, right? And maybe the relationship did not work out. You could have been divorced. You could have never have been in a relationship. Whatever the situation was, I'm just seeing that maybe there was like a sense of fear when it comes to commitment. In America, I will say this. I've listened to some of the perspectives and the perceptions from both men and women alike. And what I've observed is that men aren't necessarily afraid of commitment. What they're afraid of is how they will be thrown off kilter and imbalanced in the world after they get divorced. Okay? So also, I'm seeing that could possibly be the thing for women as well, because men aren't the only ones that have that kind of challenge. Though the way that the world used to be, right? Marriage was a thing that was socially accepted, and those vows, those commitments, those agreements I don't think that they were fully explained to the youth the way that they should have been explained, or they could have been explained. Even still, I believe that it all had happened for a reason that way, because throughout time, society changes, right? The resources change, how we use those resources, technology, it all changes the things that, yeah. The whole reality now for us is in 2024 is completely different from the reality that existed for, let's say, ancient civilizations, right? And the union of marriage and commitment to be with one wife or many wives, or one husband or many husbands, is definitely different from what was going on then, right? And that all has to do with the community and, you know, the environment around you that your relationship is meant to grow into and thrive in. So if you are male or female and you're having any reservations about making a higher commitment or taking the next step at being committed to someone, just give yourself grace and give grace to the other person, and also be willing to have a conversation about what your values are in the regard to the family that you all build together once you make that commitment to each other. And the thing about these agreements is that sometimes people go with a blueprint of what it is that their relationship can be built up, or the values that it can be built around, and they stick to that. However, y'all are living in a time that y'all have never lived in before, okay? So being able to communicate effectively and clearly with your partner, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, right? And these are the ways that we are both willing to compromise out of respect for each other, because love is what brings us together, not control. Do you get what I'm saying? So be meek. Meek is, making space for the other person in your heart, so that they feel secure there. It's like if I have a whole heart and there's a seat there for someone that I love, then they sit, comfortably in that seat, and nothing that anyone else can say or do can threaten the position that they hold in my heart. And that should be how it is between people that make a commitment together. Now, if there are things that you all dealt with in your lives before you all met each other, and certain expectations that you have for what a partner is supposed to be, then you have to be able to communicate that effectively to your partner before you all make vows or commitments or make agreements with each other that y'all don't even understand, okay? So that's just a suggestion. And like I said, meditation brings answers with that angel card. So meditate on it, think it through, and utilize the time to listen to where the other person is coming from, and listen to where the energy is coming from and how it's speaking to you, and also your dependency on that constantly providing peace for you. So if it's speaking to you in a peaceful tone, if it's expressing how it feels, and you know that you have played a part in receiving that energy, then you definitely have to give that energy tenderness and care and gentleness, because that's God working in the mysterious ways that God works in, okay? Okay, so if you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or is available to me for me to be able to share the message with you. So thank you. The time that have been offered to me is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles being offered to me is like, I know that you're working hard. Just don't overwork yourself. Don't overexhaust yourself. Don't overexert yourself. Okay? This energy was received as exciting, sensational, and lively. The energy that I see you in for the cycle of this read is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is someone that you trust, someone that you're in an energy of like getting good support, good guidance. So either you could be this for someone, or this could be someone else for you. Like someone that you can trust, that can give you good guidance, someone that's supportive to you, okay? I'm seeing that this is a very peaceful energy for you, like very quiet, and it's not exhausting. Okay? So in the past position during the cycle of this read, I'm seeing that you were in this Nine of Swords. Maybe you were like disappointed by like I said, those expectations. So it's like, and I heard this you know, earlier when I was doing my session, and it's like the message is that you were disappointed, though not in the person or the people, not in the relationship. What you were disappointed in was the fact that you have expectations, and the expectations are your own. So you can't expect other people to have those same exact expectations for themselves. And even if they did have certain expectations for you, they cannot get upset with you for not having those same kind of expectations. So with this Nine of Swords, it is showing me that there was a level of acceptance, right? Because you all are different. And that's one of the main reasons why none of my nails are exactly the same. Like, I designed them the way that I do because it is a subconscious reminder to myself that there are they all go together for sure, right? They all go together, though they're all different. They all have their own, like, and I started doing my nails the way that I do my nails when I actually had a nail tech back in the day. And I mean, she would spend time on them because they were all different. And I'm like, that's because I have all of these different patients that I work with, and then I volunteer and I go work with these kids, and these kids are all different. And I even do a security job, and all the people at this data center, they're different. And it's just a reminder to me that I need to be gentle with them. I need to be like, yeah, because they're all spirits, and essentially we all have that very delicate, vulnerable being inside of us that animates the rest of our body, no matter how big or small it is, right? You want to be treated with respect. You want to be treated with care. So I always try to, you know, make sure that that's expressed externally the same way that, you know, I feel internally, okay? So with this Nine of Swords, I'm seeing you as uncorruptible. I'm seeing that it was a time where you definitely learned. You were distinctive and prominent and also attractive. So being able to stand strong and being able to let go, even though it was a time of separation, it was also a time of growth with that Jupiter energy. So then I'm seeing that you were in this Page of Cups energy. In this Page of Cups energy, I'm seeing that there was some type of reconciliation with someone that you love or that you care about. Maybe this person was a little bit charming, enchanting, fascinating, though not violent. So then I'm seeing that you were in the Eight of Cups. With this Eight of Cups energy, is showing me that you did some reflecting, right? And that Eight of Cups is giving, like, I've come this far, and I have to have faith and belief in myself that I've made all of the right choices that contribute to my growth, regardless of how disappointed I was in the person that maybe you were in the past. because sometimes that energy of disappointment can come from within you, and like how it is that you're harshly judging yourself, and then you project that out onto other people. Though even the energy of, I'm hearing resentment or disappointment or anything like that, are all a part of the experiences that have been inherited by the way of our bloodlines, because it takes humans to make more humans. And I'm hearing like it's a condition to living, right? And I read this thing the other day. I read it and then heard it in my mind, right? It was using my inner voice, child. It said something about like, it's wild how you're not the reason for your trauma, though you're the one that's responsible for healing from it. And then I paired that up with something that Empress Ava, she does tarot reading. I'll put her name right there in the video so that you all can check her out. She says something like, well, she always says that people that are like trying to attack you are losers, and they're not going to get away with the shit that they do to you. And she might be right, you know, though to a certain extent. I agree with both sides, right? I agree with, and I accept the fact that like, even people that are trying to attack you or doing something not so great towards you or whatever, that they, and who else said that? There's another tarot reader that also said something. I think it's Intuitive Goddess 333, or is it Mystic Sunflower? I think it's Mystic Sunflower, because I've listened to their stories and, you know, I hear what they have to say. And they both kind of said, you know, that even when these people are attacking you, like, they can see it, right? So I definitely suggest for y'all to listen to their reads as well. Like, I can see when people are sending you energy of like trying to attack you as well. And what they say is like, it's not even the person, right? It's not even the person that's with the ill intent to do evil, to attack you. It is evil itself, okay? And we're made with God's source energy, so we have also the ability to transform what was once evil into something good in this world. And that's our power, that's our capability, right? So even if someone has underestimated you by the way of your vulnerabilities, it was God's plan for them to be under that misconception that you weren't always in God's hands, okay? And even if at a certain point in your life, maybe you felt like you weren't in God's hands, I'm just here to remind you that you are. Because if it were not for God, then I would have never gotten the time offered to me for me to be able to share the message with you, or receive the seed planted within me for me to be able to read, or to, you know, be gifted the way that I am. So take that, you know, as a shed of light on your situation, even when they may feel the most dark. Because you, God source energy, always have the ability and the light to be our guide in our life, in situations and things that, number one, we cannot control, or number two, whatever it is that we don't understand. And my experience was that God kind of came to me. I'm not gonna say kind of came to me. He like woke up inside of me and was like, the way that those things happen is outside of your control. Like, what turns a solid to a liquid or to a gas inside of your body is absolutely outside of your control. Okay? Yeah. So, I mean, other than the ways that, you know, you're kind of taught how to do it, the way that it happens, like on a molecular level and all of that, like that's all within God's control. So from a micro level all the way to a macro level, all the little things that you do, the things that you think about, what you subscribe to, and how it is that you live your life, are your own experiences, though you are a part of something that's bigger than you. And it's all different, and you got to remember that it's still all new to you. Each day is new to you, and what you can do in it is new to you. So just take that with, you know, at face value. So with the 8 of Cups, I am seeing that that is where you're at. And then for the things that you cannot control, that you surrender yourself to not being able to control, right? And maybe things that you don't understand, you let that go. And I'm seeing that you let it go in a normal, ordinary way, and from a loving energy, and a loving energy, like a loving space. I said loving energy twice. Like from a loving space. Okay? Like, I'm gonna stop the pattern. I'm gonna let things go. I'm gonna move on, because I don't want to be stuck in regret and in the past in regard to this person that possibly, or these people that possibly disappointed me in the relationships that I had with them. I can accept how it is that I have been involved in the experience, the exchange, the interaction, all of that. And I know that God works things out through me, not just with other people talking to me, because there's other stuff that my body, my vessel does to keep me grounded within this reality that is outside of my control. Okay? It's just a condition to me living. Okay? So then I see you with this Knight of Rods energy. This Knight of Rods energy is like someone that may be like kind of impressed by your growth, because I'm seeing that this person is recognizing your passion and how it is that you're moving forward, like your willingness to let go. And so maybe you motivate that person, or you're seeing someone else be in that 8 of Cups energy and they're motivating you. Okay? Whoever is this Knight of Rods energy, they're being received as intelligent, smart, passionate, and not demanding. Like just very content and accepting of your fate and the grace that God has given you. And maybe this, you know, you're either inspired by this person or this person is inspired by you when it comes to that engagement and, you know, you overcoming your fears and like being brave about how it is that you want to move forward. Because then you have the King of Rods, and I'm just seeing like maturation. So maybe in the King of Rods, maybe in the Knight of Rods energy, there was a sense of like immaturity, or you're teaching someone that is younger than you, or you're explaining or expressing to someone that is younger than you what it is that you have learned, because you're in that King of Rods energy. And this is someone that is very wise in their decision making, and like they think things through before just responding immediately. So maybe you could have went to this King of Rods for advice, or you are in this King of Rods energy. And the reason why I'm saying that there's a correlation between the Knight of Rods and the King of Rods energy, not necessarily just because they're rods, right? Though also because of the 6 of Cups energy that you're in for the whole cycle of the read, where there is that sense of you being supportive to someone and having someone that you can trust, or someone being supportive to you and you being able to trust them, okay? So this King of Rods energy is, like I said, being received as like calm, and also I'm seeing the word beautiful. So this doesn't have to be a man or a woman. You could just be like attractive and uncomplicated. Like maybe the dynamic of the relationship before was filled with expectations, and that's why there was some disappointment. Though with the Eight of Cups, it's like giving an energy of acceptance because it's coming from a place of love, right? And then there's a sense of, you know, moving forward with respect and, like I said, bravery and willingness to commit. So towards the end of the cycle of the read, I'm seeing the Nine of Cups, where there's like joy. There is joy there because of, you know, you all being mature. Okay? I am seeing that maybe y'all might have partied too hard. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just seeing like joy and like wish fulfillment, like selflessness. Though you're recognizing like that you're not immortal in the dynamics of the relationship. So this could have I'm just seeing that maybe you felt like it was a lot of work for y'all to just be able to make that peace between each other, right? And you're just tired of fighting, or you're tired of like trying to force someone to be who it is that you want them to be. So like I said, that energy of acceptance, and you realize that that is the only thing that will bring you joy, is recognizing that like you're not immortal, or accepting that you're not immortal, and being like in a selfless energy, okay? And that's what I'm seeing for the cycle of the read. In your future, I'm seeing judgment. The judgment is that you're cautious, you're very reflective, and you're also a visionary. May even be prophetic in how it is that you have grown, or how much it is that you have matured, how much it is that you have manifested in this lifetime. And that could be an assessment that is coming from the planet Jupiter, because Jupiter is a planet of intelligence as well, as it influences the experience of good fortune and favor and prosperity and growth and transformation. So Jupiter, what I'm seeing is that in the future, because Jupiter specifically has been put in the spread, is that maybe Jupiter is the one that's judging you, or giving the judgment to the other planets that are involved with you being in celestial alignment, is what I'm hearing. Okay? And so moving forward, I'm seeing you in this Eight of Pentacles. So I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the transformation from the Knight of Rods energy to the King of Rods energy, and then I'm seeing the Eight of Cups energy lead to the Eight of Pentacles energy in the future. So because you were willing to separate, stop the pattern, let go of expectations of certain things in the past, and move forward and grow, it brought you joy, and you recognize the growth, and that's what puts you in the Eight of Pentacles energy, where you are more financially secure, more financially stable, it really just breathes life. It's just like when you let go of something, you make room for something new. When you let go of something old, you make room for something new. Okay, so maybe you were afraid of committing in the past, and that's that Knight of Rods energy, and then you grew into being ready to take that step, that next step with the King of Rods energy. And with the Nine of Cups energy, is because you're tired of being in that Knight of Rods energy. I'm hearing that song, I don't want to be a player no more. Right? And then Jupiter is coming in, and Jupiter is either confirming to this person, confirming to the universe, confirming to you that like you've matured, you're ready. And with this Eight of Pentacles, I'm just seeing you looking at your finances, you making sure that everything is how it needs to be, working on your skills and talents. And also, like, I'm seeing like building a nest egg, right? I'm seeing that you are also like just enjoying life in this energy, being like very funny, very easygoing, like accepting life for what it is, and then not being in an obsessive energy of like stalking anyone or always having to be right with that perception of feminism and feminist. Okay, so then I'm also seeing you in this energy as not furious and not like it doesn't have an ill intent or scent to it. Like you don't disgust somebody as you're in an energy of like, because you're not being boastful. Okay, love doesn't boast, love is patient, love is kind, right? So then I'm seeing that you will be in the Two of Rods energy, where you have like the world in your hands. Thy rod and thy staff are with me. Okay, and then I'm seeing that this is like a pretty exciting energy for you, because you recognize that the ball is in your court, and it's like God is trusting me with this. So maybe you bought the ring, maybe you're ready to make the commitment, and now like you're excited about it. I can see that you're being received as like excited about it, not corrupted, like nothing from the past is haunting you, and you're not overwhelmed in this energy. Maybe in the Knight of Rods energy you were overwhelmed because of certain things that you did not want to let go. Though since you're able and you're willing to let go, you're also willing to, you grew into this King of Rods energy. And so God has given you the time, space, and opportunity to show and prove like that you deserve to be happy, like you deserve what it is that you've actually been asking for. Your idea of what a perfect relationship looks like and the style is all based on you, because you know that coming together with another unfamiliar energy, which is another person, that comes with some type of compromise that you have to make, because you can't keep doing things the way that the people that raised you to do things, or you can't keep doing things the way that you used to do things when you were influenced by your old friends and stuff like that. Like you transformed, you grew. You're not in a cocooning phase anymore. You got your butterfly wings, and now, you know what I'm saying, you went and bought that ring, and now you're ready to move forward, and you got the whole world in your hands, and you got the staff to as the tool to help prove your commitment and the wisdom and the knowledge as to how it is to move forward. Okay, you're excited in this energy, not corrupted, not overwhelmed. Then as far into your future as I can see is this Six of Swords. With this Six of Swords, you're moving forward onto calmer waters. Okay, you got all the information, the tools necessary that you need, the wisdom, the knowledge that you need to be able to move forward, and you've grown exponentially. So I'm seeing you in this energy. It's like being affectionate, being civilized, and also attractive. So you attracted this reality to you. Okay? So moving on to calmer waters is what you wanted, and moving on to calmer waters is what you're going to get. And I see that you do it in a very happy, healthy way. Okay? The emotions and the specific messages associated with this read are for you not to feel helpless. Maybe you felt helpless in the past, for you not to be hesitant. It's clear that maybe you may have felt hesitant in the past. For you to know that someone is very grateful for you. It says, I'm so grateful for you. Okay? Someone is also trying to mind their own business. So with that sunglasses energy, where there's like someone watching, someone looking, someone stalking, maybe or maybe not. The reality of it is you're trying to mind your own business. For you not to be anxious, for you to feel open, for you to be tender with yourself, for you not to panic. Maybe you were surprised, or the other person is going to be surprised if you ask them to marry you, or you make this commitment, for you to feel reliable, and for, even if you were vulnerable, to just accept, like, being vulnerable. You know, people are vulnerable. So being as though you know that, are you going to accept them with their vulnerabilities, and also, like, give them that sense of feeling secure and safe? Or, you know, like I said, with that example of someone like that you love, that you care about, having a place in your heart, you make space and time for them to remain in that space. And if they ever feel threatened by other energies or other people, like, you have to be the one to defend them. Okay? So to you, Aries, I do send love and light and healing energy, and I'm proud of you, happy for you. Speaking of being proud and happy for somebody, I am an independent government contractor, so that means that I go out and I do volunteer service work. So here is my fundraiser video for that. Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. So we have a goal. Do you know how I do the service projects like American Red Cross, Habitat for Humanity, working with FEMA? I'm in the recruitment process for a new government service project. That requires relocation, and your girl needs some money. So if you or anyone that you know is willing to help in the support or the move, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, because we only have a few months. I know it's like a last minute ask, though this is something that we really need so that everything can go out and make a difference, okay? Thank you so much, and I appreciate you all for supporting the channels. Bye! I want to thank you all so much for being so supportive. We did get a new donation today. Yay! So obviously GoFundMe sends me notifications anytime that someone makes a donation. I want to thank you all so much for donating to the cause of me and my commitment to life off of the app and the volunteer service work that I do. If you have any volunteer service projects within your city, state, community that you would like to share, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will reach out to you, because I love and appreciate opportunities of collaboration to make a difference in the world. I want to thank you all so much for making a difference in my life, a difference in my heart, a difference in my mind and my spirit, giving me the energy to keep going and to keep doing and being good, because God is. Okay? I wish you all the best. I appreciate you so much for your time, and I will see you all next time.